are you?
I'm good.
I
How are you?
I am well. I am well. I am so excited to be talking to you. I think that it is very fitting that we start our conversation on Real Housewives of Potomac with the Grand Dame.
Thank you. I
Yes,
agree with you.
absolutely. Absolutely. We have to do things the
Thank
right
you.
way, which means we come to, the woman that is the foundation of this series.
Oh, thank
Karen
you.
Huger. So great to talk to you.
Thank you.
First of all, what are you? You look beautiful. I'm loving the flip.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, hey, look, just a little something special for you.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Well,
you.
let's talk about this season. You guys had a very explosive after the last two seasons. I will tell you, I'm a Real Housewives
Yeah.
fanatic, and I live here
Yes.
in Atlanta, but Potomac has become my favorite season. Okay, but
Oh my God.
I'm being
Yes.
honest. You
Thank
guys
you.
have really leveled up. The last two seasons, were so explosive. There was so much there, so much
Yeah.
personality, and I am loving it. What are you excited about us getting a chance to see this season?
Continued reality. Honestly, we keep it real. The girls, I'm so proud of all the girls. We actually deliver again. When you think it can't be done again, it can be. But the reason that happens is because we have such rich lives. And if we don't have rich lives, honey, we pretend like we do. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Some of us, not all of us. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, it does seem that way because what I loved about Potomac, as
Mhm.
opposed to some of the other franchises, is there is this air of like, we've been here. This is, there's this history of
Mhm.
African Americans that have been affluent for generations, and that
Yeah.
comes through. So I really feel like for myself as a former charm and etiquette instructor, I feel like, okay, these ladies have all attended their charm and etiquette classes.
We
Save
have.
save for one. I don't know if Mia has attended any of those
Leave my
classes.
Mia alone. Mia is the kind of girl that you just hate to love.
Yeah.
I introduced her to the group. And so I feel responsible for her, but no more because I'm watching with you guys. I mean, when the layers just peeled back, I'm like, okay, this is new to me. But that's Mia. And that's what makes her work. And I'm wishing her well.
Yeah. Well, do you think that she does bring a certain rawness and just realness, like, to the
She
cast?
really does. Well, I would never pause on the realness, but rawness, yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely raw.
Okay.
That's a good word.
Raw, authentic. Okay.
She really
Um,
is. She's refreshing because of that, though.
yes.
And I again celebrating triple 20th year of life realizes it takes us all, and Mia is a valuable part of that, and it's something different for us to see have Mia in the mix. Because you just hate to love her, and she doesn't remember what she says from one minute to the other. So I can't be mad for so long. I'm like, okay, I'll take you serious. Never you worry about it. But she's a sweetheart. In many ways, but yeah,
Yeah. Well,
you're gonna
I,
love
I
it.
think I think she's a great addition because it's definitely different. And she definitely catches people off their toes. Let me ask you this:
Mhm.
you talked about realness and just the
Yeah,
idea of really living, you guys, giving
yeah.
the audience something. Do you think that when you're on a platform like this, there is a responsibility to share what's going on in your life? What extent? How do you find that balance of what you want to share and what you want to keep to yourself?
Well, I've been on this platform for 8 years, and I've shared some pretty painful stories. So my life is raw, and the girls always have a moment when I say I'm an open book, but I am the most open book so far. Clearly, stay
Mhm.
tuned, season 8. Um, but I think we have a responsibility. First of all, this is a powerful group of Black women. We're intelligent, educated, and you're right. We have, in particular, myself, generational. I own the plantation I'm from. How powerful is that? And to share that realness, even though
Mhm.
that's painful for me to say, I'm so proud
Mhm.
that, I just purchased my grandmother's estate.
Mhm.
And I'm turning that into a very wonderful place. So stay tuned.
Mhm.
But I'll say that we have a responsibility, in particular as Black women, because
Mhm.
Black children watch this show to be real and to be dignified in that realness as much as possible when
Mhm.
we deliver our truth. And it gets a little heated. And I always say to mothers with children who are under 10, well, I would say under 18,
Yeah.
don't let them watch certain things, because it's going to be real. But that is the key to the Real Housewives of Potomac success.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can turn the TV on and find someone's story that is relatable. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the
Absolutely.
magic. And we
Absolutely.
are real. And Mia is one of the realists and rawest.
She is. She is. Now, I feel
Yes.
like one of the casualties of war often on reality TV is relationships, right? And we know that you
Yes.
have been married for years, and you guys have managed to keep that together. We know that a lot of the relationships actually in real time, go through difficulties, go through,
Yes.
and that's on every franchise. How do
Mhm.
you feel that you've managed to kind of keep your marriage in a place where we saw you really dig in a couple of seasons ago and say,
Yeah.
you know what, this is worth saving. This is not worth me. This is my priority. How important is that to you? And how do you balance that with everything that's going on with the show and the cameras?
First of all, I'm grateful because I don't have a magic bullet. I work at my marriage. It is not easy. But I think that it's important to be real. And Ray and I are one of the most real couples in the reality universe. We
Mhm.
share our ups, we share our downs. And, 1 minute you're walking down the aisle, next minute you're like, you need to go to the basement. 27 years later, but at the end of the day, Ray and I realized that we have a responsibility to be real, and so we share the fact that we are the best of friends.
Mhm.
So when the cameras roll, Ray and I don't switch character or come up with a new character. It is what it is,
Mhm.
and we roll our daughter up into that this season. So stay tuned. She's Raven. Raven is back. I'm so excited to share her growth with you all. But yeah, marriage is so hard, and I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I don't take it for granted. So one day at a time, and I'm with my best friend. Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that's the thing that sustains Ray and I.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a beautiful thing. And it's great to see that, man, that relationship stay intact. I have to ask you, because this was a big part of last season, especially the end
Mhm.
of last season, a lot of the audience felt that Robin's keeping her relationship issues a secret. They felt, I'm sure the cast, voice, a lot of the cast members voiced their feelings of betrayal, but I think the audience even felt a little kind of betrayed with that. What are your thoughts on that whole thing? And I'm sure a lot of that's going to play out this season, and the kind of like the
Mhm.
aftermath of her keeping that a secret and then it coming out, outside of her control.
Well, first of all, I apologize to the fans
Mhm.
because we have a responsibility to be transparent. And, I just say stay tuned and we'll see how Robin handles that. Now, my personal opinion is I hold her accountable. And as they have held me accountable for years, I do the same thing. And I think it's important. And I try and keep the viewers in mind because they do DM me and like, Miss Karen, we need to know. I didn't need the encouragement, but it's nice to know because I was going to ask the real questions and make the real points. Am I rooting for Juan and Robin? Absolutely, I root for any marriage, but just tell us the truth. Tell me what I'm rooting for. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So let me know what I'm rooting for. But also, I think Robin is in an interesting place this season where she simply likes to hear herself talk.
Mhm.
Uh, and you guys got to listen very closely and pay attention to. I just think she's making no sense sometimes, but at the same time I have to respect her decision as long as she's open and real with it. Don't give me no dodo bird information kind of stuff, and expect me to hop on that bandwagon and soldier for you. I'm going to soldier for you anyway. You have a family. Okay,
Right.
I just don't need
Don't
a
feed me.
paywall. I don't need a paywall.
Right.
When you're sitting across the table from me, I don't need the paywall.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for season 8.
I'm going to ask you one last question on that. So I appreciate you saying you're rooting for it because marriage is
Oh
really
yeah.
sacred.
Oh, they have a family.
At what point do you say to a friend,
Mhm.
this may not be the best situation for you
Oh,
the way it is now? Would you feel
now,
comfortable saying that if you
right
felt
now,
okay,
right
okay,
now,
okay,
and
got
right
it.
now,
And
if
that would be right now.
right
Well,
now.
I would love to
But I
hear.
would have loved to have had that conversation with her before all of the, you know, deception and what have you. So, yeah,
Yeah. Now we know that you are a serial entrepreneur, as most of the ladies.
yes,
You guys have so many businesses going on. I'm interested to see, what are you doing next? Are we going to get more of your variety show? What is Karen? What is the Grand Dame cooking up for us?
Definitely the variety show is coming around again. So yes, I'm expanding with that. I expand with the La Dame brand into a Grand Dame, I bought my grandmother's estate. So that will be open to the public and to tourism. I am tourist. And yeah, as the ambassador, I'm pushing forward with the La Dame brand. I've been consistent in my brand, candle, hair, and now we have a home. So I said I was going to build y'all a house. So pray for me. So this is the biggest step I've taken to accommodate the growth of Surrey County by opening this, guest home. So yes, I'm learning a lot.
That is huge. That is really huge. There's so much history that I'm sure people can hear. Last question from me, Karen. What are you? At what point do you think this is something that you could continue to do? Do you see this? Do you see yourself being a part of this franchise for years to come, or do you think that you could come to a point where you'll be like, you know what, that's enough. Ray and I are going to go off into the sunset and leave it to the other ones.
Let's be very clear. If not this platform, I will always be in front of you. So when my time comes, that means the next step for me. And everyone has their time. Nothing is forever. And I came onto this platform knowing that. But honey, I'm not packing my bags yet. I just found out everybody wants to be the Grand Dame this season. Let me handle that. Let me handle it. So, when I think there is a time, we always all have had that moment when we think there's a time to walk away. They give me more reason to stay and handle the business. I got to come back and handle. I got to check that.
They're not ready to take it. You have to stay and make sure that there's order.
Oh, it can't be taken. I have to give it. And my daughter is in line next.
There you go.
But I'm going to open the Grand Dame school for those who want to be Grand Dames. I'll give classes.
I think that is.
I think we need a class, right?
Yes. I do, because there's just a certain way to carry yourself with decorum and just to let as a lady. I do have one more question. What about Sharice? Because I love seeing. I loved the initial season with the two of you guys. That you all will be able to there hasn't been that friendship and that sisterhood between the two of you. Do you think that you all will be able to get to a better place this season?
I'm in a great place. I moved on. I'm doing great things with my company. I'm doing great things with my family. I'm celebrating triple 20. I just got so many positive things in my life. I can be cordial with anyone, but there's nothing there.
Okay.
But again, I can be cordial. And that's that.
And that's that. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Look forward to checking in with you later on this season, and continue being fabulous. We love
Thank you. And thank you for having me. This was fun.
Absolutely. Have a great one.
Take care.